Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Chase. We're going to cover some Bitcoin analysis today. I'm going to show you guys how I got long in here, why I bid 30.2K, and we'll go on from there and look into the future. Before we get into the video, big shout out to Syscoin. Heard they got some big things coming up at Consensus. You can buy their token on KuCoin. Check them out, syscoin.org. Secondly, Bybit. I trade on Bybit because it's basically like the new BitMEX. The UI is very similar. It's clean. If you haven't seen my Bybit exchange video, you can check that out. My sign up link is at the bottom here. Sign up, deposit. They don't front run their customers like some of these other exchanges. Simple as that. Trade on Bybit, or at least bring some of your portfolio over to keep these videos coming. It helps me. That's what brings these videos. So, all right, let's get into it. We had demand level here, right? We could see we put in a low, we put in a high here, and then this was our low before the move up. So demand level all in here. We had liquidity building up the whole time. Liquidity here, lick, sweep all that liquidity. Then this is where you trap your longers, right? So we put in a new low, resistance here, again, resistance, order block, supply, whatever you want to call it. We build a resistance here, right? Because we have a new low, and then this is our level of resistance before we move back down. So this was our key resistance level right here. We move back down, we get this consolidative action right here. And if you guys noticed, I barely longed at all for like all this consolidation. I said I was waiting for either a sweep at this level or a sweep at these levels. I longed in here, took profits quickly. Longed in here, took profits quickly, and then didn't long any of this chop until literally got perfectly long like 30 minutes before it pumped. So I'll show you how I read that, right? And obviously some of this stuff is hindsight, but it's good for education. And also, if you follow my Twitter feed live, I posted, I'm not sure exactly when I posted, but it might have been somewhere in here. But yeah, this trade was pretty simple. I'll show you why. So we had our resistance level here, right? Resistance level, and then we have a swing high into the resistance. So we sweep the swing high right here, right? And then we push into it and close. Okay, so if you start closing into the supply level, that is usually a sign of acceptance. If you're gonna reject, you're most likely gonna reject off the bottom of the supply level. Okay, so it would have been a minor sweep and right back down. See how this first time, look at this, would have been a short opportunity, right? And look where it rejects off of. It rejects right off the bottom of the supply. Now, you push into the supply more, weakening the supply. You push all the way up, you close into the supply. This is your sign to long. Look at the bounce. Where do we target? Right here, liquidity, okay? That was the long I played last night. Took profit quickly. Told you guys I needed to go to sleep. We took that profit. Let me sip of water here. Now, I'm already seeing people talk about a retest of 29.6, a retest of 29.3. Listen, doesn't make sense to me. When Bitcoin breaks out, if it's actually strong, it does not fill this back in. That's not strength. Then all these people who bought this breakout and this breakaway move here would be underwater. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. A strong Bitcoin holds its nearest level essentially and continues to move up further. So whether this is strong or weak, I don't know, and that's why I'm playing this quote unquote short-term trend shift as I am, because in my opinion it's mostly short-term. I'm not saying this is a long-term bottom or anything. So what I'm doing, I'm taking profit at every level. So I took profit at this level, and if my take profit made sense, then it most likely would be that this resistance is going to flip to support. And look, it did. Okay, so this was, why am I going to hold my long from here and target all the way up here if I can just take profit here, flip long, and then take profit again here? Okay, if this flips, then I can just flip this to support, take profit here. Like, I don't need to hold all the way and go round trip my gains if it doesn't go all the way. So that's why I'm not understanding this whole mindset of becoming turbo bull here or anything. If anyone thinks I'm that way, I'm not. I'm literally just playing short-term price action, short-term reversal here. When I saw all this consolidation into these lows, I said, you know what, this is very trappy. Look at all this liquidity we got built up here, lick, right? And eventually we go up and we take it all, and we had all this liquidity here as well. So we took all that liquidity, and now it's time to see, are we actually strong or not? So that's why I took profit here, and now we flip this to support right here, flip to support, and now we should be going higher, in my opinion, 30.2K. to this supply area right here, and just how this rejected off the bottom like that, I'm expecting this to reject off the bottom right there, and that's where I'll be looking to take profit on my 30.2K long. Okay, I'll be looking to take profit right around 31.50 or so. All right, let's break it down to a little bit lower level here. And again, going a little bit more fast-paced today. Hopefully it's helpful to try to get the education out nice and quick. And I know some of you, if you're more beginner or whatnot, feel free to leave questions, all that stuff. And you guys know, like and retweet on the tweet, all that stuff is always helpful. Like on the YouTube video, blah blah blah. Okay, so the 30.2K level. Look at this big origin of impulse up here. Where do we first get rejected? This is how I came to this level. Get rejected here, and we also had previous resistance here. Okay, resistance, rejection, should flip to support, and it did. Simple as that. And now we're on the 15 here, and we want to say, okay, what's a sign of bullishness here? Well, before this up move, we had resistance here, right? So this is capping the market. So this consolidation is capping the market. This is your resistance level right here, marked cleanly. Okay, we push up. Do what I like to call the devil horn bark. We haven't seen one of these. I don't think we've seen one of these since like 2018 bear market, honestly. This is a choppy pattern where it goes up into resistance and then it puts in a high and then it just barely sweeps the high and rejects. Okay, that's where we found our entry. And now what we want is we want this prior resistance before the move up to serve as support. We could see it originally held as support, then we deviated, and now it looks like we're actually front running it, and that's a good sign. I don't want to see us much back below here. If we go back below here, I'll probably just let my stop do what it's supposed to do, right? I have my stop into the void somewhere, because in my opinion, like I said, if we clear this back down, that is not bullish. We could clear this back down in like maybe the coming week or 2 weeks. That's fine to retest this. Maybe we do, maybe we do something like this. Who knows? I'm just drawing crazy here to keep the pace moving, right? And then maybe in a week or two, we come back into here and okay, we have a retest. Do we survive or do we die? That's really the question. But the point is that we want to see these local levels continue to hold if we're actually strong. So in my opinion, this bold level should hold. If we do test 30.2K, that's okay. If we go all the way down and sweep this low into, like 30K or maybe even a quick tap into the highest of 29s, that's okay with me as well. But I do not want to see us start filling this void. If we start filling this void, it's bearish and I'm out. Okay? I think that mostly covers Bitcoin. See if I have anything to say in general about the market. Yeah, I see a lot of salt, right? I see a lot of people who obviously longed all the way down, got stopped over and over again, and now they see the first pump and they're like, oh, it's my turn to finally get short. It's my turn to be a bear. Do not have that mentality, right? If that's your mentality, you need to get off the computer for at least like a month or something, because you obviously took a beating on the way down, and now you're trying to basically revenge trade and you're not looking at the chart, because we have a short-term trend reversal here. Look at the downtrend. This is like 2 weeks of consolidation here? This is 20 days of consolidation. This is 3 weeks of consolidation here. And we have a downtrend that broke in a major breakout, okay? Now, when I say major, it's nothing crazy, right? Like, I don't think that I honestly don't even think we get past red box. Maybe we just get into the red box, and then we reject, and then we come back down into this, we get a little bounce, and then we lose that, and that's where we start going for either this lick, maybe we bounce then, and then we keep going lower, boom, and you get short again here to go down more. This is not drawn to time scale as usual. This could take all summer. We could chop in here. I'm not exactly sure on the time frames, but what is important is the levels, okay? So don't get trapped into thinking that, oh, this is just a scam. It very well could be, but let the market prove itself. If it is a scam, then we're going to lose this level quite quickly. If this is just a scam, then we fill this back in, this flips to resistance, and we're fucked again, straight Goblin Town in my opinion. But if there's any strength to this, then these levels should hold, and we should continue to move a bit higher. And then if you're looking to the first place, I'd start to consider shorts is above this resistance level right here. If we get a sweep in here, back down, deviation, flip that resistance, and we go back down. That's the first place I'd be looking to short. Anything else would just be very short-term, lower time frame trades. Anything else to talk about? I do see a lot of people saying, it's so choppy, not the time to trade, etc., etc. It is what you make it, right? And I also see people saying, oh, how are you only trading for 1% moves, 2% moves? Look, guys, it's not about the percentage of the move or anything. It's just about the risk reward, right? You could have a literally, obviously liquidity, what's the word I'm looking for? Liquidity permitting. I mean, you could have a 20R stop or whatever, and you could make 20R, right? So if you're risking $100, you could make $2,000 off risking $100. It's not about the percentage of the move. It's about how much you're risking and what your risk reward is. So people who are saying, oh, it's too choppy, there's not enough movement, it's okay. Take the summer off and go enjoy your summer, but you don't need to say that it's not a good trading environment, because in my opinion, it's been fine these past couple weeks. Not necessarily Bitcoin, but if you've been following a lot of my ES content, crushed ES in here. I think I had like 3 or 4 pretty public calls on Twitter. Not necessarily calls, but drawings that played out very cleanly. So ES has been a joy to trade lately. And also Bitcoin is now looking to me like it's going to present some good trading opportunities as well. So if you don't want to trade, that's fine. Go enjoy your summer, but don't, make it sound like no one else should be trading. Okay? Simple as that. As usual, shout out to Syscoin for sponsoring the videos. Shout out to Bybit for sponsoring the videos. Sign up to Bybit, deposit. As usual, like and retweet the tweets, like the videos. Appreciate you guys, and I will catch you next week. Peace out.